So one other conversation that we're bringing, we did mention we're still monitoring the traffic situation around the tunnel, the new tunnel and the old tunnel. We're talking about the linkage between East Legon and Spintex. And Komla Adom is there for us this morning. Komla will tell us what he's been observing all morning. And what have you got to say, Komla, after your observations?
A lot chaotic on this particular stretch each day. Commuters and drivers have a tough time. Some spend at least 30 or 45 minutes just to make it from here through the tunnel to the other side. But since the unofficial opening of the new tunnel right across where I stand, it has made commuting a lot easier for many of the motorists on this particular stretch. I'll be speaking to someone who works around here to tell us about this old tunnel, to just tell us how this old tunnel, since the tunnel was closed, how commuting has been for many of the individuals, and whether indeed vehicles use this stretch since the opening of the new tunnel to our right. We will be speaking to one Yaubwedi. He works around here. He'll be telling us a lot more about this particular old tunnel, which I have to say is just 4.5 meters wide. Since the unofficial opening of the 8.5 meter wide tunnel, it has made commuting a lot more easy. Yaubwedi Mpachomedas say we need a journey between Kumona. Since I almost be a new tunnel, no, so particular tunnel where not it's me cause traffic wahano. Drivers use Suhana.
Pacho Debbie.
Inti si ano oma block here na say drivers na no mehu say omo bie new one inti na omo nye
si oma block omo say omo ye bie new one inti na omo nyina ya fa ha te ma ha no so enchi bi
na cars fa ha de
ha da car fa ha nipa na fa ha.
Okay, now since our Uye Juma was our stretch way, so no, tell us about traffic situation. No, first, no time now be is our new tunnel. No, not saying a traffic situation in Tiawa.
Oh, tell me be na chidebia the bialu de bia Sunday na a chisa but be there. Se ko enten tem obi asutimi ko na Juma sonte.
Inti from time ben sana usually na hanum timichi.
Oh, afre anapa 8 going kunye etimichi ne tem be etimichi sa chisa to am sa.
But you say na or maybe a new one, no.
See mama be no and chisa first and be.
Okay. So Yaubwedi essentially is telling us that when the new tunnel was not open, it used to be essentially a lot chaotic here. Drivers used to have a tough time making it from East Legon, Ajiringano, American House, Shiashi through this particular tunnel every morning. He tells us that from as early as 7 a.m. the traffic situation here is cumbersome, but since the unofficial opening of a new tunnel, which is right across from where I stand, it's made commuting and traffic flow over here a lot more easy. If you can see from the shots, the workers are still putting final touches to the entire stretch. They are putting final touches, and we are told that by the highway authority that in the coming days, this particular tunnel, which is the 8.5 meter wide tunnel, will be open unofficially for now to allow vehicular movement because of the congestion that used to characterize this particular stretch. And so the traffic situation here on the East Legon stretch around the tunnel a lot more easy. Commuters are excited. Movement of vehicles a lot more easy. Traffic wardens and police officials from the MTTU, 3 of them at least, are stationed here to ensure that the traffic flow on this particular stretch is a lot easy. But when we got here some minutes ago, you would realize that from the Shiashi end of this particular stretch and the American House East Legon stretch on the other side, the hold-up was temporary. Vehicles, it took 2 to 3 minutes for some vehicles to move and join this particular new stretch. But in the last few minutes, it's been a free flow of vehicles. As you can see, individuals are moving through this 8.5 meter wide tunnel with cheeky ease. And I have to add that before the opening of this tunnel, the other one, which was the old tunnel to our right, used to accommodate one-way traffic. So one vehicle could go through the tunnel at a particular time. And so you can imagine the kind of gridlock that is on this particular stretch at the time. But the construction of this new tunnel allows for two-way traffic. So vehicles moving in the opposite direction and the other direction are able to be accommodated in this particular tunnel. It makes commuting a lot more easy for road users headed for Spintex Road, headed for Accra 37, headed for the mall areas. And essentially, that's what's been happening here at the East Legon tunnel area. So you can see 2 police officials on my far left ensuring that the movement of vehicles is seamless. And right a few meters from where I stand, another MTTU officer is seen here, ensuring that movement is seamless. And so as we await the official opening of the tunnel, and as construction company Sonitra puts final touches to the entire edifice, it is expected that with the official opening of this tunnel, a lot more vehicle users, a lot more motorists will cut down their travel time when they're on their way to work or they're on their way to any parts of the country using this particular stretch. Unlike in the past, when it used to be a lot more chaotic, it took 1 hour of vehicle.
Well, so we are Komladum then. Komladum giving us all the insights into all that has been happening, and the tunnel has come as great relief for commuters, especially on that stretch. And Mamavi, for many of us who usually will use that stretch on top of or just above the motorway, on the motorway, it's come as a great relief to many of us, and we're hoping that we can make good use of it. We're not going to just miscalculate the way we have to apply it and then congest it many of the times. I don't know whether it's going to solve all the congestion and the problems that it has to resolve. But
we're told that traffic around East Legon is still very much intense, despite the opening of this bridge, of this tunnel. And we've also monitored that it gets really slow at some points as well. But that's just it. I think we have too many vehicles, perhaps. Then this new tunnel was open to traffic just on Monday. It replaces the old, smaller one that Komla started his report from there, which we saw. And as you know, that caused vehicular traffic really heavy during rush hour because it could only carry one stream of oncoming vehicles at a time. So road users had complained bitterly about the massive gridlock at the old tunnel during rush hour and the delay in completion of this tunnel. But finally, it's been open to traffic. But, it still gets a bit slow. And you can see that work is not 100% complete. But the good news is that vehicles can't begin to use it. I think the other question, because if you use the old tunnel and you're familiar, because it's, like a one-way, then you'd realize that there were always people who were directing traffic. And one of the questions is, so what are they doing now? Those guys who would stand at the 2 points directing the vehicles and taking monies from vehicle owners and drivers, what are they doing now? Have they also been added really to the number of people who are jobless in the country today?
I think they have been added.
Like, what are they doing? What are they doing? What's the alternative for them? Did they get to be contractors or constructors? Did they get some kind of work to do when the new tunnel was under construction, something like that? We're just thinking about the guys who used to direct traffic, by the way. But the hustle is real. Everybody's hustling. I'm sure they've figured something out for themselves.